In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use freeze panes, zoom tool, and we shall sort and filter our dataset. We generally work on large datasets with so many rows that they do not fit on one screen. When we scroll to the below rows, we can no longer see the headings. Without being able to see the headings, it becomes really difficult to make sense of the data. Fortunately, we have a command called freeze panes which allows us to keep the desired rows and columns visible no matter wherever we are on the sheet. Let us understand that with an example. Let's say if I am on this selected cell, when I run the command, all the rows which are above that cell and all the columns which are to the left of that cell shall be frozen. Now, let us try that on our dataset. Let us say if I want to freeze the first row and the first column, I am going to go to cell B2 and I am going to use the shortcut Alt W F F. After freezing the panes, you can see these thin black lines which appear on the screen, which show which row and which column has been frozen. Now, when we navigate down, the headings, they stay in place for us to read the data perfectly. And if I scroll across the page, the first column stays in place as well. Going back to the earlier example, if I want to freeze these three rows and these two columns, I am going to select this cell and run the same command with the same shortcut, Alt W F F. Essentially, on financial statements and large datasets, this function is critically useful. To unfreeze panes, the same shortcut needs to be used, that is Alt W F F. There, the rows and columns are now unfrozen. If we want to freeze only the first row, then naturally we would select cell A2 because there is no column to the left of it and one row above it for us to freeze. That is Alt W F F, and only the first row gets frozen. Similarly, if I want to freeze only the first column, then I have to select cell B1 because there is one column to the left of it and no row above that cell. If I click on Alt W F F, it is going to freeze the first column only and none of the rows. Let's remove the panes again by using the same shortcut. Datasets can be extremely large, running into thousands of rows and columns. Hence, cleaning up the data is very essential. Let us organize our student dataset in a way which makes it easier for us to understand who has paid the highest fees first to lowest later. So for doing that, I have to select the entire dataset, click on Alt H S U and select the column by which I want to sort the data. In my case, the fees column. It has to be largest to smallest. And then I will click OK. You can see the data in fees column has been structured in a way to show highest to lowest fees. Now we can see that the data now shows the person who has paid the highest fees first and then to the lowest. What is more is, using sort function, we can even set levels for sorting the data. That is, let us say I want to have as a first layer the first name from A to Z and then sort them by fees. And if I click OK, the data gets sorted alphabetically first and then by the fees paid. We can see that these two people are sorted alphabetically at first and then by the fees that they have paid. Having multiple sorting levels creates a cleaner and more meaningful data, particularly when the datasets are large. However, If we want to look for something specific, then we will proceed by using the filter command. For our dataset, let us say we want to look only at the students which belong from the UK nationality. First, to add a filter, we need to select the entire data range. We can do so by either using the Ctrl Shift and the down arrow keys, or else by clicking on Ctrl A and use the shortcut Ctrl Shift L. These boxes which appear to the right of each cell state that the filter command has been activated. We can also activate the filter command from data, which you see is currently active. Now we are going to filter on country and select only United Kingdom. Click on OK, and we can see that there is only one person from United Kingdom in our student dataset. Let us say we wanted to see not only a person from United Kingdom but United Kingdom and USA. What we are going to do is go to cell F1 where country filter is applied, press Alt and down arrow key, then down arrow key multiple times to reach the options, and select any other country by clicking on space. United States for example, and hit enter. As you can see, now we have two people in our dataset based on the filter that we have selected. To clear the filter, we can use the shortcut Alt-A-C. There, no other filters have now been applied. We can also apply filters to multiple columns. Let us say we want to understand people who are in division A and they are only males. In this way, our dataset is filtered to show only the relevant results. Let us unfilter the data only from one column. Let's go to column D, Alt down arrow key, and clear filter from division. Enter. Now we can see all the males which are existing in our student dataset. Before ending this lesson, I want to address the sort command within the filter command. Let us say I want a data which is sorted by divisions. Then what I can do is go to the division column, press Alt and down arrow key, and sort from A to Z. Now that gives me a structured data in which students from all the divisions are visible together. Okay, we have covered very key commands in Excel in this lesson. You can easily lose count of the number of times in a day that you are going to use these commands. Thank you.